But yeah, Anora, I seen this, what was it, 4 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Which seems like no time ago, really. you know, I was watching it, well, it's part of the London Film Festival in Manchester. Uh, and yeah, you know, you had to wait, didn't you, until the other day, so yeah. We're here now reviewing it, as we both seen it.
And you watched it again, didn't you?
Yeah, I watched it again. And I think it actually improved for me on a rewatch, which I didn't think it would. But like, there's little nuances and little things in the movie that you just spotted the second time around with.
Yeah. And basically, what it's about is a stripper falls in love with, like, some rich guy.
Yeah, they get married, have like a Cinderella sort of story, don't
Yeah.
they? She gets like whisked away or whatever to this mansion that he has.
Yeah. And then we're recommending the film, but not for the reasons other people would say.
Yeah, like I think, well, my perception is that like the filmmaker, he wants to support like people who choose this line of work, like be a prostitute or whatever. Um, and he's like, this is like a good way to live your life, basically. But we perceived it as like showing how bad this is, really, didn't we? How bad this lifestyle is.
Yeah, definitely. It's just a degenerate way to live, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Like, why would you want someone to live a life like this?
It's just odd. Like, even the rich guy, like, he's living his life really poorly and he could be doing some good.
Yeah, yeah. Just like being a degenerate.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Mikey Madison is the one who played Anora. She was the one who got set on fire in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood at the end. Uh, sort of like a breakout role for her, really, this one. And she was like really good when she in the part.
Yeah, acted it very good. And he believed that she was like that.
Yeah.
I'm guessing she's not like that in real life.
No, she seemed quite reserved of stuff I've seen about her. Obviously, you got to be a bit out there, haven't you, in this movie? Because she does a lot of sexual scenes, really. So, if you, I should say actually, if you don't want to watch that sort of stuff, then I definitely wouldn't recommend the movie. Because a lot of it, especially in like the first act, and
Yeah. After that, and it doesn't do anything after that, does it, basically?
no,
And they go to, like, one place near the end, and that's about it.
yeah, pretty much. But yeah, there's a couple of good supporting performances, really, weren't there as well? The bald guy, I think his last name is Borisov. Like a Russian contingent in this movie, really, and he was probably the best. He was like the standout, really, when he was supporting.
Yeah. Because the other one was just like he said he was a comedian in real life.
Yeah, yeah. So he's just like comedic relief, really, wasn't
Yeah. And then the other guy was just serious.
he? Yeah.
And he didn't have that much of a deep character, did he? The bald guy did.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he had a good arc.
Yeah. And then the guy she gets married to.
Yeah, I was gonna say he had a couple of issues with him, didn't he?
He's just a little rat, isn't he?
Yeah.
And the whole way through the film, he's just a rat.
Yeah, yeah. Like, just the way he's living his life. Like, oh yeah, I wanted to. I'll save it for the spoiler section, which we're going to get to in a minute after the star rating, actually. Or I'll just keep that in my head real quick. What I wanted to say about it. But yeah, I think that pretty much summarizes like the main elements, doesn't it? It's a good movie. You were talking about some pacing issues, though, weren't you, actually?
Yeah, it's like some of the scenes dragged on way too long, didn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Like that whole was like a scene when the Russians first come over to the mansion. That just drags on. Like, how long do you reckon that scene was?
It felt like it was half an hour, but I don't know. It's hard to tell, isn't it, when you're in there?
Yeah, yeah. I'd say about half an hour. obviously there's a load of physical comedy and like it's pretty funny. Like, but did you really need that much?
And the sexual stuff at the beginning is just like, yeah, we get it. They're in a relationship. You have to show it like 10 times.
Yeah. But like, it sort of uses that to show how their relationship develops, doesn't it? Because like obviously it's transactional completely at the beginning, and then like they sort of like fall in love or whatever, don't they? It just shows that through like the sexual scenes, really. So it serves a purpose, but like you say, like you don't have to do that many. You know, just reduce it a bit. Like, I don't want to be seeing all that.
So yeah, with them flaws in mind, we're gonna give it a 4 out of 5, aren't we?
Yeah. No, really good movie. Really well, like we said, really for our perception of it. You know, not for their perception, but for how we perceived it. You know, it really gets the point across. You know, we completely agree with the message it gives.
Yeah. So we're gonna get into the spoiler review now.
Yeah, so go and watch it and come back, basically.
Yeah. And I wanted to say some of the good things. That she was pretty similar to the bald guy that we mentioned.
Yeah. Can we just before I forget, because we don't have it written down, like on the guy she marries, what the hell's his name? I can't remember his name. Vanya, that's it. Yeah, I just seen the director, like, you know, notes on a scene. Do you ever watch that?
Yeah, I've seen it a few times.
Yeah, watch that for this one. There's like the party scene near the beginning. And he's like, oh yeah, this Vanya character's like the Great Gatsby. You know, he's like the life of the party. But like, he's the complete opposite to the Great Gatsby. This character, I think the Great Gatsby is like an aspirational sort of figure in some ways, but this guy is like the opposite of that.
He's just a degenerate alcoholic.
Yeah. Like the whole point of the Great Gatsby hosting them parties is to try and get what the hell's her name?
Rose, isn't it?
No, that's Titanic. Oh, I can't remember what her name is. I love that book as well, but yeah, the whole point is to get the woman to hopefully turn up there one day, so you can finally meet her again.
And he's like in the background of the party and all, and he's not like the face of it.
Yeah, no one. That's the whole point of one of the opening scenes, and no one knows who he is. He's a mysterious figure, but obviously this Vanya's not like that at all. He's like completely arrogant. Thinks he's the man, doesn't he?
And the first thing he says to Anora is that he's like the son of some rich guy from Russia.
Yeah. That's his whole identity.
So he's not hiding anything.
No.
So that guy, the director, just thought that he either didn't read The Great Gatsby or he completely took it the wrong way.
Yeah. Like, that's a proper love story, The Great Gatsby. And it shows like the male temperament, really. You know, it's kind of like male obsession. You know, and he dedicated his whole life, doesn't he, to like achieving success to get that one woman. But this guy's a complete opposite. Like, he got handed success, and he just like disposes of women. You know, crazy.
So yeah, like we said earlier, he's a rat, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a little rat. Like, so did you see it coming then? You know, like obviously, like just bins her off, doesn't he? Like once the Russians start getting involved, or the Armenians start getting involved, he's like, yeah, whatever. Here's what it is. This relationship's ended. Did you see that coming, or did you think he was actually going to like try and keep his marriage?
No, as soon as he left her behind, I knew it was done, but don't know what I thought before that.
Yeah. So when it was building up to it, and they were like on the phone and stuff, he was being like really angry when he like just did one basically.
Yeah, so it kind of made him think like he was gonna stick up for her or whatever, try and run off with her or whatever, but then as soon as he left her behind, then you just knew like, he's just done with this woman.
Yeah. You know, I thought it was quite depressing, really. But then, like, they're like both in it for the wrong reasons, weren't they? So like I didn't have any sympathy for Anora's character. You know, because she's like, she just wanted the money at the beginning, unless that's just what she was saying. But really, she actually wanted a relationship. I don't know. But...
I think she felt like she'd win the lottery getting with some rich guy, didn't she?
Yeah, because that's all they're told, isn't it? Like, you know, money is the end goal. You know, not fulfillment.
So yeah, don't know. Be interested to see what the director meant by that.
Yeah.
Obviously, that guy. What was his reason for like marrying her and saying he loved her and all that? Is it just because he's a young guy and he just didn't understand what that meant, really?
I don't know if he was just like messing about, you know, just trying to annoy his parents, just being a bit rebellious or something, or like you say, if he just, you know, he's being immature. I don't know. He's like a really immature character, and it's hard to tell.
He never grew up, did he?
No. He's a crazy guy.
Then getting onto the bald guy and Anora, similar characters, but Anora didn't realise that they had a lot in common, did they?
No. Because again, I suppose she's been told, like, what you want is like a rich guy who's like, you know, he's like really extroverted and like dominant. But Bald Geezer wasn't, was he? He was like the antithesis of that, to use a big word.
Yeah. Just like a chilled out and reserved person.
Yeah, and he's actually respectful and like, you know, took her feelings into account, which I suppose she'd never encountered in her life from a man, has she?
Is his name Igor? I think it was.
Oh yeah.
It meant warrior or something.
Yeah. Yeah, because that last scene, because you know she mentions that she knows Russian because her grandmother never learned English, so I'm assuming she was brought up by her grandmother, like she's estranged from her family. That's what I'm assuming anyway, which is often the case with these, like, you know, sex workers, or as the Russian guy's dad said, butterfly of the night. That's an old-fashioned phrase. You know, a lot of them are just from like broken families. They don't even know their dad, aren't they? They're just like, you know, completely, I don't know what the word is.
They don't have a good role model.
Yeah, right. But yeah, and then obviously the bald geezer, like he mentions at the end, the car's his grandmother's car. So like obviously they have close relationships with their grandparents or whatever. Like, you know, just shows a similarity of upbringing, I suppose. You know?
Yeah. And then he gives her the ring, didn't he? And did you think there was a bit of symbolism that he was kind of proposing to?
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? I think that's the only way to look at it, really. He's helping her out massively. Like, you did a bit of research on the carrot and the price, didn't you?
I just did a quick Google search and it just said between 80,000 to 180,000 for a 4-carat diamond ring.
Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it?
So, you know, she could have bought a house or something with that, couldn't she?
Yeah.
I've done something good with it, but, you know, knowing her character, she probably didn't.
Yeah, probably wasted.
Yeah. And you wanted to get in, there's a couple of jokes that she found really funny where she was calling people faggots.
Yeah. She calls a bald guy a faggot, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Like, I wanted to get into that, really, because obviously that's like a joke about rape as well, isn't it? Really. Like, it's like, you know, is that tasteful? I don't know.
She was joking, like, why didn't he rape her? Because, you know, he must be a faggot if he didn't want to rape her because she's that hot.
Yeah. But, like, it was funny, wasn't it? But, like, you know, can you really make jokes about that? I don't know. Like, it's something I would say just as a joke, really. I would go there. Like, when I put it in my screenplay, probably would.
I wouldn't say it to a real life woman. I don't think.
No, I don't think so, no. But you know, I just think it's the first time we mentioned Wreck It Off. A screenplay we wrote. If that ever gets made as the original, as the first draft, there's a lot more crazier stuff than that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Like, is it tasteful? Like, would you have done it? Like you said, you wouldn't said it to a woman. Like, but would you have put it in your screenplay? It's funny, isn't it? I don't know.
Yeah, it's funny. Just the way it was like acted out. Like, I thought she was being serious, and then right at the end she like makes into a joke, didn't she?
Yeah.
Maybe if they like made it more clear that it was the joke right from the off, then maybe it would have gone down a little bit.
Yeah. I haven't seen much discourse about it. It's just that I've seen a couple of people online saying like, it was a bit uncomfortable for me. I don't really like that.
And you said you were watching it. The first time you watched it, you were sitting next to two gay dudes and they kept on scoffing whenever.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot to mention that. Yeah, but like I think 3 or 4 times she calls people faggots or something, doesn't she? And the gay people really hate that word. I've learned.
Yeah, it's like the N word for gay people.
And like they were just sitting there, like, everyone else laughed, and they're just sitting there like stone faced. I'd always like side eye them, like see if they were laughing every time, because I noticed the first time they were like annoyed by it.
And that also, you wanted to mention how you're sitting next to a woman. What did she do?
Yeah. So this is really weird, right? So, well, basically, because you couldn't go, could you, in the end? So I had an extra ticket, which I managed to resell, but I didn't know who it was. Obviously, it was this lady who turned up. I was like, oh yeah, at least it's not like a fat guy, because another story for Blitz, because I watched that in that festival as well. There's this really fat guy sitting in front of us. I don't know if I mentioned him in the Blitz videos. and I was joking with Mum. I was like, I really hope he's not sitting next to me, because that's just uncomfortable. She was fairly slim woman, and she was like, she had a bag, like it was like a rucksack, and she like kept grabbing it, like maybe for the first like 40 minutes. She kept grabbing it and then looking around. So what the hell are you doing? Like it's just like really off-putting, and what are you doing?
Which you also read out there, isn't it? Like,
yeah, I thought like, because obviously we said like the opening scenes had a lot of sexual stuff, so I thought like, oh, she didn't like this, but no, she like about 40 minutes in, she gets up, and there's 2 people to her left, and then an empty seat after that, and she gets up, goes past the 2 gay guys we talked about, and just sits in the seat next to them, and then they were just looking at her like, you literally gain nothing by that. You get a slightly better angle of the screen, and you just like in the middle of the movie just moved. It was just so weird, and everyone around was like, "What the hell? What are you doing?"
I kind of get it, because you're sitting next to one stranger instead of 2, as if she's in between you and another person.
Yeah, but there was another person on the other side again, so it was just exactly the same situation, like space-wise, but it's just like 2 seats. Slightly better angle.
Yeah, it's just pointless. It's
just weird. Everyone's like, what the hell? It's different if you move back like a few rows or something.
You only do that if it's like an empty screening day.
Yeah.
And you booked a bad seat and you're like, well, the whole middle's free, I'll go there.
Yeah. But like, maybe like 5-10 minutes in, you'd do that, wouldn't you? But then like, almost halfway through the movie, it's just so weird. And like the guys had to move like their drinks from like the holder next to them and stuff. Like, she obviously didn't think about what the repercussions would be, I just wanted to mention that because it was so weird.
Yep. And then you got a free seat next to you for the rest of the movie. So
yeah, that was it.
That was good.
And I got my money back for the seats. So I'll take it.
And we've got in why is it good and why is it bad. naked women in both sections. I wanted to explain that because obviously seeing a naked woman, you can't complain about that.
Yeah, especially because they're all good looking as well.
But then also, like, the stuff they were doing and, like, the context they were naked is just really strange.
Yeah. Just weird, isn't it? Like, I don't know why people go to these strip clubs or whatever. Like, it's just weird to me.
Yeah, never been in one. No, and I never will be.
No.
It's painless.
So what the hell? Like, it's just weird. Like, I don't know. It's just uncomfortable. I think. Like, it's just this random woman you never met before.
Yeah. And she's probably riddled with loads of diseases. I want to touch that.
Yeah. Oh god.
I just try to mention that real quick.
Yeah.
And obviously these aren't actually strippers, they're actors, so. Yeah, and they're really hard. If you go to a strip club, I assume there's some like really ugly ones there, isn't there?
Don't know really. I assume they're good looking because you would get no one going in there otherwise, would you? I don't know.
Yeah, I suppose.
I don't know, to be honest. Probably young and good looking.
It's just really weird, the whole strip club thing. You go to like some dude, he's like your pimp or whatever, like, and he pays like hardly any of the money that you make.
Yeah, you need all the tips.
No. It's just weird environment. I don't know why people want it to be legal. It should definitely be illegal.
Yeah, 100%. Just like breeds of degeneracy, doesn't it?
Yeah. And then I just get into something random. It's kind of related. And you used to watch some videos about OnlyFans girls on some guy's podcast.
You ever seen the Whatever podcast or clips of it?
I think I've seen clips of it.
Yeah. I even watched a few episodes of it. Like, it's just so funny, like, because they get like these, like, OnlyFans is like a cam girl sort of thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
And like they get these girls on there and they just talk to them really and like see what their thought process is, how they view the world, and it's just like unbelievable. Like when I first started watching them, I was like how do people think like this? They're like all about the money basically. Like then there's no morality, like because they've been told like women should be able to do whatever they want and act like a man really. So they just like live their life and they're like, I need to make my own money, become independent. Doesn't matter if I'm actually forming a relationship with a man, like, I'll just take advantage of them, take all their money,
Yeah. And they act like they're in a relationship with these men who are like donating them loads, but if they see them in real life, they wouldn't speak to them at all, would they? They'd brush them off.
Yeah, it's weird because they'll openly acknowledge that they would never actually have a relationship with the guys. They openly acknowledge that. They just say like, oh yeah, I'm only talking to them for their money.
But then they still donate.
Yeah.
It's just weird.
I'll never understand that. But whatever.
And we just brought that up because it's a similar mentality / lifestyle that, strippers do, but they just don't get as much money, do they?
Yeah, right.
Because these OnlyFans girls are getting like crazy money on it.
Yeah, millionaires most of them, aren't they?
Because you have like the whole internet world to like pick from, don't you?
Yeah.
In a strip club, you only get the local area to make money off.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta be lucky with the club you're in or something, I suppose. Like, you get the big dogs coming in.
Yeah.
Wall Street or something.
I recommend the video where one of them, OnlyFans girls, is saying she's religious and God wants her to do this, like, pictures of like whatever she posts online because she's making money and that's what God wants her. She wants her to be successful.
Yeah. It's just crazy. Yeah, I think she has like a religious cross, doesn't she, like on a necklace?
Yeah.
And that's why they first bring it up.
And then you're just like, well, what the hell? Like, God doesn't want you to be doing this.
I think he explicitly says it a few times, so that's a terrible way to live your life.
Yeah. I guess he still makes videos, but like, it's not relevant anymore, is it? Like, don't know, just gone past it. It used to be like this thing, like, what the hell is that? But now we just understand it now.
Yeah, as we say with the election. I think we're getting past all this like wokeness now, really, and we're going to get to more traditional values, I think, in the culture. So, like you say, them sorts of podcasts will become less relevant, won't they?
Hopefully, anyway, because we just don't need that in the world, do we?
No, like, I'd watch them and then I'd be like, oh, these people are just insane. It sort of be depressing in a way.
Yeah.
And I couldn't, and then I'd like, wouldn't watch it for like a couple of weeks. And then I would, recommend me one again and I'd watch it again. Be like, oh god, this is stupid.
Yeah, you'd just be surprised, like, because you kind of forgot how bad it was, and then
Yeah.
you see it again, and you're like, Jesus Christ, these people are messed up.
Yeah. In the end, you just stop watching.
You gotta watch it at least once, though, just to like understand and realise that these people exist.
Yeah. Absolutely crazy.
You think your life's so bad or whatever. You think about your own morality, thinking, oh, am I doing the right thing?
Yeah.
And then you just watch them like that, and you're like, oh, yeah, I'm definitely on the right path.
That was actually a lot of the comment section, actually. Yeah, like people would just be in there like, oh yeah, this makes me feel really good about my life. God. But yeah, I don't know if there's anything else you wanted to get into spoiler-wise.
Well, do you want to say about like the Oscars? Like, it's slated to be Best Picture winner, is it, right now?
Yeah.
I'm assuming she's in for Best Actress.
Yeah, she's a favourite right now. I'm seeing a bit of discussion on the bald guy, which is completely deserved in my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, who have we seen that you compare the acting to?
Yeah, like, you think about the best films this year, but like they're all like big blockbuster ones, and they didn't nominate them, do they? Really?
True, yeah. Like the ones we liked, at least.
Like Furiosa, like I'd say obviously she should be nominated for Best Actress, but
yeah,
she's not gonna have a chance, is she?
Yeah, and then comparing to the bald guy, Chris Hemsworth is better than him in that movie. But like you say, because it didn't do as well at the box office, and it's like a box office movie, isn't it? Really, so like it's just gonna get completely shut out for some reason.
Even though it's really good.
Yeah, the only 5 we're given this year.
Yeah. I don't know about June, like. Yeah, might get some technical things where we get like a good Oscars with it. Really.
No, I don't think so. It's sort of similar to the first one's performance, really.
I just don't know what she's up against. We'll have to see the nominations.
Trying to think. You didn't see the Outrun, did you?
No.
Maybe Saoirse Ronan for that. What else? Trying to think now. Oh yeah, that Amelia Perez one I mentioned a few times was transgender. That could be in it, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe what category though, because if they're transgender, what did they start off as?
Started off as a man, but they're going to go in the women's.
That's just gay, isn't it?
Literally gay.
Literally.
I'm trying to think of what else off the top of my head. But, I think there's a couple of black ones actually. Token black ones.
Did you ever actually win?
No, I don't believe it.
Viola Davis. You got one, did she?
Yeah, I think I was a supporter maybe.
Even though she was like in the whole film for Fences.
Yeah.
Can't remember any of the others winning.
No. What about a screenplay for Anora? That's pretty good, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's decent.
Yeah.
Obviously, we mentioned that the intention behind the screenplay we don't agree with, but you still gotta admit that it's a good screenplay.
Yeah. It's hard to write comedy and to intertwine all the elements.
Yeah. And we already said it was a 4 out of 5, so like you kind of expect a Best Picture winner or Best Screenplay to be a 5 out of 5, don't we?
Yeah, in our head, that's what nothing below a 5 should be a Best Picture winner. Really, it should be the Best Picture of the year, which is normally a 5. So, but that's not how it works, is it?
No.
Which is fair enough. People have different tastes or whatever, don't they? But
I don't know if loads of good films are coming out between now and the actual Oscars, but there hasn't been many standout films this year.
No. Feels like they're getting better though, doesn't it? Like we've had a stream of good ones, haven't we, recently?
Yeah.
Like
There were a lot of 4 stars recently.
Yeah, like Juror number 2. We're going to review that next.
Yeah.
For the second time, because the first time the recording didn't work.
Yeah. Nightmare.
Yeah.
I just went to my computer after we recorded it and looked, and just OBS wasn't open. Like, where's it gone?
Yeah, there's just no file left. Oh my god.
And we spoke about that for like 40 minutes. Something
Yeah, it felt like that. Yeah, because that's a good movie, like, to talk about in a deep dive.
I don't know if we can recapture that energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably can. We tried to do it yesterday, obviously. But we can try again today, probably. But yeah.
Yeah, Anora is an interesting film. Like, you should definitely check it out if you're over 18.
Yeah. That's a good point, yeah. Yeah. You know.
Yeah, just let us know in the comments what you thought about the lifestyle. Because obviously we think, like, she kind of got what she deserved.
Yeah. Yeah, true.
In the end.
Yeah. Because, like I said, they were both in it for the wrong intentions, weren't they?
Yeah.
Like, he was purely selfish and she was purely selfish, so, at the beginning. Whether she actually fell in love with him or not, I don't know. Or whether she was just hoping that she could keep that lifestyle and money, you know?
Yeah.
No one knows.
Do you want to just quickly mention why she was crying at the end? Why do you think she was crying?
I think it was just like a culmination of everything, really. I'd like to think... I don't think this is what it was in the writer's mind. But like, that she realised, you know, she lived her life wrong. And this guy actually respects her, the first man who's ever actually respected her in her life. She's sort of coming to terms with that, really. But she uses like sexual stuff as like a tool for like building relationships with everyone, doesn't she?
Yeah.
And I think she sort of realised, like, what am I doing? Yeah. It's just like, that's my perception of it. I don't think that's what the writer intended. I don't know. I don't know what he intended, really, but... Yeah.
I feel like he intended that she was just upset that she wasn't rich anymore. And she didn't get to marry that guy. And obviously, it's a very bad way to think about it.
Do you mean like she felt like she was stuck with that geezer, the bald geezer? Is that what you mean?
She just felt like she was robbed of like a good life.
Yeah, okay, yeah, because she goes back to her rubbish apartment, doesn't she? In his rubbish car.
And she's like, I'm stuck with this life again. 1 week of happiness or whatever. And now I'm stuck with this bad life again.
Yeah.
Instead of looking at it as a positive, like, geez, I dodged a bullet there. You know, I can finally get my life back on track.
Yeah.
I feel like she looked at it like a negative.
Yeah. Interesting. I don't know, I feel like we could keep going all day, really. So I just keep thinking of different scenes, but gotta end it somewhere.
You didn't even mention, like, Vanya's friends. They, like, have really awful jobs and awful lives, but they're, like, pretending to be happy when they're with him, aren't they, to not annoy him.
Yeah, and obviously they get dragged into, like, his mess up, really, don't they? And they could potentially lose their jobs or whatever. And he just wouldn't care, would he? I don't think.
No.
He just sort of, like, needs someone to hang out with.
You just find some other guy to ruin their life.
Yeah. And obviously Russians, you can just use them as the bad guys. That's like as old as time, man.
Even though they helped us in like every world war, like, you can just say, oh, they're communists or whatever, can you? Say they're bad guys. Especially now that they invaded Ukraine, they're like the main bad guy right now, aren't they?
Yeah. Pretty funny.
I think we'll leave it there.
Yeah. It was a 4. It was a 4, right? 4 star. Yeah. I don't know if it'll be a best picture winner or what, but just see how it goes, innit? See what we see as the year goes on.
Yeah, I wouldn't be annoyed if it wins, because,
No.
you know, Everything Everywhere All at Once won, and that was awful.
Dog water.
Yeah. between what was that one with Benedict Cumberbatch?
Power of the Dog.
Dog. Yeah. It's between them two like worst films recently that have got stuff at the Oscars on.
Yeah.
Just both so awful.
Yeah.
This film's good, so I mind it winning. Really.
Yeah. Alright, that'll do.
Bye.